I think it's time. Welcome to the first ever Danger and Jojo podcast, brought to you by snowflakes. They melt when I touch them, just like your mom.
I did not know this was happening.
You didn't know this was happening. It's a surprise. It's a shocker.
I was waiting for you to bring up the webcam footage.
You didn't bring up the webcam. Why would I bring up the webcam footage? This is a podcast. You don't need webcam footage for a podcast. Is there something wrong with you?
You don't.
Look at me. Is there something wrong with you?
There can be.
I've had some problems with you recently that we need to discuss. Now, Josh, what do you do when you're sitting in your chair? Because you're too tall to sit like a normal person.
Well, I can't show them. There's no webcam.
You don't have to show them. Tell them what you do, like a big man.
What I do, all right, is I take my foot, I put it behind my head.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
Is that what you think you're doing?
That's what I do. I pretzel, not myself.
Now, for the audience's, personal pleasure, what he does is he raises his legs and puts them on the seat and sits like L from Death Note. Like a faggot.
Only faggots know what Death Note is.
You know what? That's true. But I'm not willing to...
Turn the podcast off. I didn't know this was going to be a roast cast.
If it's a roast cast, you roasty faggot. Now look, this is the second entry in the podcast.
Take two.
Out of interest for the public, just so you know. There's a chance the first part didn't record. I'm sure it did, but Dad always gets mad when I forget.
And let me tell you, he is under the ground.
Don't try to be like me, okay?
What are you talking about?
Don't try to be like me.
I'm not doing nothing.
No. Don't talk about Dad like that.
Dad is dead?
My thing. Get your own thing.
I also have a dad.
That's bullshit.
My dad's a Jewish
You're
lawyer.
an adopted fuck.
That's true.
And I've had sex with your mom on numerous occasions.
My real mom?
It's all up here, man. All inside my head.
Well, I might have to get you committed a little bit.
Committed to what?
Having sex with my mom in real life.
Oh. Why would I have to get me committed?
Because you're marrying her.
Oh, okay.
Look, this is a Christian household.
This is a Christian household?
No such thing as premarital sex.
Now, I found out your girlfriend is going to work at a Catholic school, but she's an atheist.
That is a fact, yeah.
There's a fact?
Is. Yes.
Is she going to go down on Jesus? For her sins?
Well, she doesn't have to go down.
They're going to crucify her if they find out she's not a Christian.
That's funny, but I'm also just going to say that she's not going to have to go down on him. He's already up.
Okay.
I mean, he's up there.
He's up there? He's ascended?
He's pinned, Yeah.
And there's no chance
she's going to heaven. Do you think he got a boner
at
all when he was getting nailed in?
You know what? Rigor mortis did happen to Jesus. When he died, he did, in fact, pop a boner.
On the cross.
On the cross, yeah.
How sacred is your cross now?
That's
a boner was on it.
There's a boner on Jesus' cross.
That makes it gay.
Yeah, that's what the stream is going to be called, the Jesus Cross podcast, the Jesus Cross Boner podcast.
That's the actual canon name. We are patenting that, and you cannot take it.
Now, the question is, because it's Jesus and a dead body, will YouTube ban me if I put an actual picture of my penis?
Now, let's listen. This topic is interesting, but let's talk about why Dragon Ball Super cards are far superior than Magic cards.
Now, that's an interesting conversation. Now, at the card shop I attend, there's been a lot of kids going over there doing this fun thing called spending all their money on boxes and boxes of this dumb game that's going to be out of fucking practice in like a month. And see, what they do is they jerk off repeatedly to Vegeta. I'm like, oh, I want the Vegito card. And I'm just sitting there in my Magic the Gathering fat pants and, my sweatpants that I wear every day now because
His crown
I gained weight. It's right. I got a Burger King crown. And I sit there and I think to myself, man, I am overweight. But more than that, these kids are cancer. And I feel like they need to die.
We go round them up and gas them.
Yeah, it's a fact. About the Magic the Gathering itself is a fun game, but I really want to get invested in this very, very temporal card game. It's like $4 or $5 a pack, and I want to spend all of my paycheck, every paycheck, in order to buy a box. But I don't want to buy the box because that's how these kids do it. What they do is they buy individual packs. The entire box, individual packs all the way through.
Well, Frazier, you know what's awesome about it is when I watch Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z, I always think to myself, this is fucking awesome. These guys fighting. It would be better than this if they weren't moving at all and they were just pictures.
Yeah.
And I put the card down and I say, okay, Goku's attacking.
It'd be better than that if you literally paid like 30 cents per card just to have it in your hand. It's something along those lines, right?
I have a picture of Goku, and I go, that's Goku.
That's Goku.
There he is.
I'm totally going to be able to play this somewhere. Everybody's going to be wanting to play this as soon as Dragon Ball Super's off the air. This is definitely going to continue. There's somewhere this is going.
I can't wait for when they release, the nostalgic Dragon Ball cards, the original Dragon Ball card.
Well, you know what? These kids, they don't know what they're doing because Digimon is coming back.
Is it actually though? They are. I think they're making a new anime.
A new Digimon anime.
They're making cards for it.
Is it going to be in the animation style of what was that? The Devilman Crybaby? Is it going to be the same animation style?
I know. I think it's going to be. It looks more fucking like real, quote unquote. I guess. Like, so it's not like Gurren Lagann's kind of like also kind of.
So 3 CGI.
No. It's not. It's not going to be 3D. It's going to be like it looks like fucking God. It looks like fucking.
Looks like God.
Yeah.
No, look, motherfucker.
Bleach.
I've been places. All right, now look. Today, in Onion News.
1922.
No, 2018. All right, this is new to me. All right, as soon as I get this thing open, passenger ruins perfectly good windshield by flying through it. Can you believe that?
What a fucking asshole.
Also in the news, must be a slow gay and lesbian news day.
Is that actually on there?
Yeah, it's actually on there.
What the fuck? I thought that was a joke that's actually on the paper.
Yeah, you know what's also cool about this? This is the equinox. Some sort of equinox.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Let's find out what equinox
this is the Onion. All right, okay. I thought this was the history one, because you have the history one right here. I was like, is this fucking actually like a thing?
Yeah.
The History Channel is like, no gay people in the news today. Can you believe that?
I just found this out. Today is the spring equinox.
All right, so grab your goats and sacrifice them.
Grab your goats and sacrifice them, guys. Now look, I've got a soundboard up, and I don't have anything prepared on that soundboard, so we're just going to press a random button.
I could come down there with my fucking AR-15 and shoot your fucking old Hoosier ass right there in Independence, Missouri. Now, come here, you motherfucker, and that's just what I'll fucking do, you cocksucker. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Well, that was something, wasn't it?
That was wacky, wasn't it?
That was interesting.
Thanks for calling in, viewer.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. Now, this day in history by, you see, I picked these up for free, actually. I walked out of the bookstore with them.
Can you believe nobody stopped me?
Can you believe nobody stopped me?
Can you believe the fat, frumpy, retard feminist with the glasses behind the counter couldn't fucking stop me?
How'd you know? That's exactly what he looked like. He just did nothing at all.
Can you believe that I walked into the bookstore with an AK-47 and I was able to leave with literally everything?
Yeah, I just can't believe that the people in the bookstore didn't stop you from walking out with literally anything you wanted with that gun in your hand. It's so weird.
It's almost like they wanted me to go back.
Yeah, it's, you know what? Gun-free zones don't stop crime, but letting people walk out of the store and pretending it didn't happen certainly helps cover it up.
And that's a fact.
Yeah.
Caller.
This day in history, March 20th, Tuesday, 1345, Black Death is allegedly created. Now, someone created the Black Death. I just found this out. It wasn't just, rats and humans mixing and hanging out in the same places.
It was the Imperial Japanese. They were like, oh, these fleas, you know what they're missing? Bubonic plague.
Fleas missing? No.
Oh, these fleas are missing bubonic plague.
No, bubonic plague.
Put them on a boat.
Nah, see, it says, so according to scholars at the University of Paris, a Black Death was created on this day in 1345 from what they called a triple conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars in the 40th degree of Aquarius. Now that right there is science.
That's real.
Yeah.
These French cheese-eating surrender monkeys said so.
Yeah, you know what? The University of Paris was ahead of its day. We don't even have this type of science now.
The University of Paris took one look at a bubonic plague flea and went, well... This wasn't, nature.
No, this was definitely...
It was a mad scientist.
It was nature. It's a triple conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars.
It was they're not talking about the planets.
They had a three-way.
They're not talking about the planets. They're talking about the actual gods.
That's right. You're right.
the Roman gods.
The Roman gods. Well, who the fuck is Aquarius?
Isn't that fucking like Poseidon's son, or is that Neptune?
You know what? It's Logan's Run. That was Logan's Run.
It's Top Gun.
The Black Death, also known as the Black Plague, swept across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. I wish it would do it again, you know what I mean?
Got too many people in Asia.
No. I'm not worried about the Asians, really. We can leave Asia out of that, actually. We just take care of the Middle East and Europe, and we're good to go.
It happened.
Leaving tens of millions dead in its wake.
What a fun fact. That's today's fun fact.
Oh, shit.
Do you know that 1 million people died?
Despite what these scholars claimed, it is now known that bubonic plague, the most common ailment known as the Black Death, is caused by Yersinia pestis bacterium. Well, that just because it's caused by it doesn't mean that it wasn't created by the conjunction of Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars. It just means
this is science fiction. This is like fucking.
Well, science fiction usually comes true. You watch Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even Star Trek. Fucking Twilight Zone too.
Nah, I mean, have you watched Star Citizen, the movie?
No,
That's a good movie.
I don't think so. Rod Sterling, though, or Rod Sterling. Sorry, I always want to call him Sterling. Who's the creator of Twilight Zone, said that real science has been predicted by good science fiction already.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
Let me show you my penis.
He also died from cigarettes.
See this, Josh?
You keep getting it caught in your zipper. You're going to bleed out if you do that.
No, it's not what's happening there. No, he's lying to the crowd. What is actually happening is my penis isn't long enough to fit through the zipper, so I have to zip it up and down a few times to get the effect that I'm looking for.
Jimmy it out of there.
Yeah, it's a problem. I've been struggling with it for years. My significant other wants me to get the surgery, but I'm afraid. So, anyway, the plague was carried by fleas that usually traveled on rats but jumped off to other animals when the rats died. Oh, no.
Can you believe that rats died?
No. The flea fugees. The rat fugees.
This was predicted.
That's right.
This isn't even bubonic, guys. Bubonic plague never existed. This is an allegory.
This is an allegory for the rape fugees in Europe. Now, that's a thing that we're going to be talking about later, rape fugees in Germany. Hopefully Merkel gets what's coming to her. I heard earlier today that she did. We can go into that later, though. Their tongues often appeared a whitish color with severe swelling of the lymph nodes. Okay. Finally, black and purple spots appeared on the skin of the afflicted. Death could follow within a week. Well, that's March 20th, this day in history, folks.
Is there nothing else that happened on that day?
Nothing ever happened on that day, ever again.
Except for that was the end
March
of the world.
20th, a month from now, it's Hitler's birthday.
420, yeah. And it's also the anniversary of Columbine, and it's also the best day of the year, man.
Yeah, bro!
Smoke weed!
Smoke weed every day!
Never mind the other two things.
Yeah. Oh, man. So let's find out what happened to Merkel. This is interesting to me. I'm interested in what happened to Merkel. Now, most people don't know, but Merkel is the Führer of Germany, who has decided that the entirety of Europe must follow German law via the EU. And if I'm being honest, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, this is solid.
It's a solid okay emoji
Merkel,
for me.
Let's see, assaulted.
Ass cacked.
I like how the first thing that comes up is assassination.
That's foreboding.
Wow, it looks like it. I'm not seeing anything on there, but some dude when he was on a website, he's talking about it, so it's in there somewhere. We just scroll down long enough on my YouTube channel, which hashtag TM, you better be watching it, or hashtag TM, I will be fucking you up.
Hashtag stay subscribed or I'll kill you.
Oh, there we go. There it is. It's V. Let's see if we can't get the actual. Oh, there it is. RT. Haha. You can't hold me back.
Dude.
Man shouting in foreign language lunges at Merkel in street as she leaves Bundestag. Wow. Those Germans are wacky.
She looks like Hillary.
I don't know if she looks like Hillary or more like a fucking walking dog that's transformed into a human but didn't make it all the way.
Rapidly aged Hillary.
Look at her jowls in this picture. She looks like a Doberman.
She's Richard Nixon.
No, she's a pug. I'm sorry. Hey, speaking of which, shout out to my boy Count Dankula. Well, he really got it today. We'll talk about that in a minute, though.
Oh, that poor man.
That poor man got sodomized by the EU.
And then in jail.
Actually, it's a joke. It's the UK who's separating from the EU, who seems to be acting more like Nazi Germany than ever. Wow, I'm sure Winston Churchill is just loving it. He's viewing from his house.
Down in hell.
Down in hell. Is that where you're assuming he went?
I don't know. A lot of people have different opinions about him. I've read that he's kind of like a dick.
He's a dick?
And then I've read that he's also like, they love him there, though.
He did okay. He wasn't a bad dude. He had a lot of flavors of e-cigarette juice named after him, so anybody who vapes is cool with me.
Dude, I hear he did the fattest rips.
Yeah, man.
He ripped, actually, at the Tree of Versailles, he ripped a fat vape in Stalin's face. Blew it in his mouth.
Fucking pushed it out his Beyblade and fucking went, let it rip.
Yeah, he listened to litter. Let it rip.
Police have averted a possible assault on Angela Merkel shortly after she left the parliament, where MPs earlier voted to re-elected her German chancellor. Man forced her way quickly. Well, What I'm actually getting at here is that I just hope Angela Merkel didn't suffer any trauma while she was getting bludgeoned to death. One can only wish and hope that something real bad happens to her that's not fatal and in no way affects her life in a negative format. Yeah.
There we go.
That's YouTube positive.
That's a good quote-unquote dash Frazierdanger 2018.
You can quote me on that. 10 years from now, when I'm being held for trials.
And then you could take it out of context when you said bludgeoned to death. Merkel bludgeoned to death. Just keep taking that out of context and putting it in clips. Fucking sample that. Put it in some vaporwave.
That's right.
Merkel bludgeoned to death.
Let's hear that. Let's hear some vaporwave of Merkel bludgeoned to death.
Merkel dosage.
Now,
I'm on some pogo.
I'm thinking the way that would have to sound is... Merkel bludgeoned to death. Yeah. Merkel bludgeoned to death. Yeah. Merkel bludgeoned to death. All right.
Took a hit.
Took a fat rip.
Just took a fat rip at Blutenstein's face. Dude, can you imagine if somebody went to because you know how they have like Lennon preserved in that box?
Yeah.
Imagine like some dude vaped and then like hotboxed Lennon.
You know what? That's the only thing I need to do. I'm gonna go at hotbox Lennon and inject myself with some plutonium. Which, incidentally, it seems like a lot of people are getting assassinated by Russia's president or prime minister or dictator-in-chief, Vladimir Putin.
Didn't he just get elected again? For
I don't know. He's just seems to be the president of Russia for life or whatever.
Until he dies.
It doesn't even bother me. I don't really hate Putin all that much. But my father, he hates the man and keeps telling me how we need to destroy Russia. And I'm not kidding there, folks. He genuinely warmongers for Russia.
My theory with Russia is that we need them. That they are like our competition. Like we always need to strive to be better than them, so we need them around. Or else, like if we take them out, where's the competition?
It's like striving. They're the 18th largest economy in the world. What are we striving for?
What do you mean?
You can only go lower.
Yeah, I know. Like what do you mean? Like us, we could only go lower.
Look, motherfucker, I'm getting the police.
We're the 18th, or they are.
There they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, you know what I mean, though? Like, we're already on top. I'm saying they constantly want to be better than us, so we're like, okay, well, they're trying this. Let's do that, but better.
Well, you know what
I mean?
Here's something that doesn't make sense to me. How can a man who's in charge of an entire country gives enough of a shit about some 10 years ago KGB or whatever agent currently living in Britain to poison both him and his daughter?
Russia's all about that shit, dude. They love killing the whole family.
Okay, but why would they bother with a dude 10 years ago and then not even fucking matter? He's not even relevant. What's the point?
Maybe he knows something.
The international fucking relations problems alone say to me, why would he do this? What would be the point?
Dude, he's the Russian bot. He was the hacker, dude. He hacked the election, got Trump elected. It was him.
That's
why they killed him.
By himself. You know what? Yeah, that's true. And the other thing that's true about that is that I don't fucking believe a word of it.
You shouldn't, because I just made that up.
I'm pretty sure that we don't have any evidence whatsoever that the Syrians had any nerve gas. And I just don't believe that these dictators or whomever they would just purposefully shoot themselves in the foot. I don't get it. I'm not understanding what the draw is there. But what I do think is real, and this is real,
that is the spring equinox.
In the UK, who also seem to be advocating for some sort of weird proxy war with Russia or whatever, has certainly lost their fucking minds. As Count Dankula has been found guilty of hate speech. A man who has posted a video of his dog's girlfriend... Oh,
his dog's cool.
Anyway, he taught this cute dog to do a Nazi salute. Well, it's not a Nazi salute, it's a Roman salute, as far as I understand. Now, you can correct me on that if you want to in the comments, but if you do, I'm probably going to block you and come to your house. It didn't work. No, that's what we're living for, folks. Sound bites that don't work. Well,
let's reboot that.
Moving on. In the lesser elements, the movements for us. Oh, man. You know what? I'm thinking every time we do one of these, we're going to do a quote from Hitler. The daily...
Like we're going to read it, or is it going to play?
We're going to do a quote from Hitler. No,
a Hitler quote?
No, we're going to do it. We're going to read it now.
A little Can we switch it up? Maybe do like a Tojo quote every once in a while?
Yeah, we can do. We can do this. It's just
For me?
back to back, and say
Dick to dick.
Actually, you might do a "Who said this?"
And then it's like a little game.
It's like
spoiler alert. This week it's Hitler.
It's always Hitler. It's always Hitler. If you tell a big enough, hold on. If you tell a big enough lie and tell it frequently enough, it will be believed.
I loved when that meme
Make the
came
lie
around.
big. Make it simple, Josh. Okay? Make the lie simple.
This the quote.
Tell me a simple lie right now.
He actually said, "Make it simple, Josh." And then he looks at the camera and he points.
Make it simple right now. Tell me a
simple
lie.
lie?
Right now. Tell me a simple lie.
Hitler had an ingrown toenail.
Yeah? Nobody's going to believe that.
Why not?
No man that has ever ran a country as efficient as World War II Germany ever had an ingrown toenail. That's
Only one guy did that.
yeah, really.
Yeah, but do you remember that time period where they took like Taylor Swift and they like put Hitler quotes in like Taylor Swift pictures, and it like actually looked believable?
Yeah, it did. It did.
That was hilarious. I don't know
Make
why.
the lie big, make it simple, keep saying it, and eventually they will believe it. He alone who owns the youth gains the future.
If you tell a lie, man, and you tell frequently, all right, it will be believed. Make the big Michelle,
Get the lie machine out.
get the lie machine and hook up these Jews.
Ah! Barack Obama here.
It's me, the big B.
Barack Obama, powering up.
O to the B to the bomb.
Yeah. Ha! Ha!
Take out Japan preemptively.
You know what? Here's the thing about being Barack Obama in 2018. It's great. You live down the street from the White House, plotting. Ha!
I'm constantly living in their basement.
Taking a hand, page, a whole thing out of the Jewish book. I crinkle my hands together and rub them in a sinister manner. Hopefully, one day, Michelle will be at my side.
I plan like a Nazi, but I hide in an attic like a...
Oh, man. Well, let's find some other Hitler quotes. Just
there's
so you know.
Hideki Chojo. There he is.
Okay.
Never forget, why is Martin Luther King the first?
Now, you ruined it, because I was going to quote Martin Luther King as Hitler, and now you've ruined it.
What's up with all these people? Only one of them is Hitler.
Okay, now, I'm going to name a quote, and you're going to tell me who said this with it right on the screen. Thank you, whoever you are. I think you just saved my life. Believe me, it was an accident.
How the fuck are you even seeing that?
This is a Doctor Who quote, apparently. Hitler, thank you. Whoever
Wait,
you
what? Hitler was that? We have to watch that episode, or at least that clip later.
are. Oh, man, that's great.
Thank you, whoever you think you just saved my life.
Doctor Who was responsible for Hitler, folks. This just did.
David Tennant saved Hitler.
Ah.
Can you believe it?
There was just such a man when I was young, an Austrian who invented the new way of life and convinced himself that he was the chap to make it work. He tried to impose his reformation by the sword and plunge civilized world into misery and chaos. The thing this fellow overlooked, my friend, was that he had a predecessor in the Reformation business called Jesus Christ. Perhaps we may assume that Jesus knew as much as the Austrians did about saving people. But the odd thing is that Jesus did not turn the disciples into stormtroopers, burn down the temple at Jerusalem, and fix the blame on Pontius Pilate.
Yeah, but what about all that other stuff they did in the Bible still?
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff in the Bible. Jesus did lead, most people don't know this, and a group of assassination ninjas deep into the hidden forest. And I'm pretty sure Naruto did have a few run-ins with him.
Canonly, God has killed more people than Hitler.
That is canon.
Yeah.
In fact, seeing as how, if you look at it in the canon, God pretty much made Hitler.
So God killed a lot of people.
God killed more people than Hitler, guys. Well.
High five.
You know, the fun thing about this is that we can literally say or do anything. I hate Jesus. Kill the Jews, 1488. And no one will ever hear it or believe that I'm saying something that's true, even though what I'm fucking saying is absolutely what I fucking believe!
Oh, that audio quality, though.
That audio quality, bro.
That's some crazy shit, man. It's fucking off the charts. I can't even stay on.
Oh, man.
We like to have fun.
We like to have fun. We like to have fun while speaking the truth.
We're glad that you're on this journey with us.
Yeah, we're glad that you guys came to visit us today. Well, thank you for joining my YouTube channel in the first ever Adventure and Express where I surprised Josh with a random podcast he had no idea he was going to be part of that pittered out in the last moment because Josh couldn't hold his fucking own with the Frazierdanger.
I think this entire podcast is going to get pulled. That's just a theory.
A game theory. Fuck yourself and kill you all.